Hi, good evening, everyone, and sorry for the delay. If we see the Nifty index today, it was down. There was a lot of speculation around the Adani stocks, and which also dampened some sentiments. Uh, for the week, we have closed. The closing was not so great because the 40 week was broken on the downside. But let us try and analyze the data and understand, what happens next. Okay. So let me quickly share my screen and please let me know once you all are able to see my screen properly. And more importantly, if you all are able to hear me as well. Okay, if someone can please comment in the chat box if you all are able to hear me properly and see my screen, then I can get started. I hope if please someone can comment. The reason why I ask every time is because I had goofed up earlier. So if okay, I think I have got the confirmation from the team. Let's get started. So when we see the Nifty index, see over here, we have seen a meaningful correction today, and I had mentioned that if we get a positive daily close after forming this low, then this low should be an important support. Uh, so over here, I still feel so, but the problem is that on the upside. Okay, wait. Just give me a minute. Okay, wait. I, I need to refresh my screen. Yeah. So what has happened is that the 40-hour exponential average, the Nifty was not able to break that, and from there the sell crossover has happened. So now this puts a risk of the Nifty index retesting this low and maybe even going lower, because you would know that I specifically switch to the averages when the move starts becoming trending. So you can see over here as well that there was a decline, and in the pullback when the 40-day was not being able to break on the upside, we saw a sell off. Right, again we have seen this and we are now seeing a sell off. So the risk is that if the 40-hour does not break, then yes, we can continue to fall without any major pullbacks, in which case, what may end up happening is that you will have something like this. The Nifty index falls towards these levels, and after that, we see some major rebound. But until then, there is a risk of a correction that can surely follow. Now, what again a important development is that the Nifty index has broken below the 40 week. So see, normally when the 40 week breaks on the downside, the next week it should make a comeback. If the Okay, just give me a minute. There is someone who has come. Sorry, there is no one at my place today, so someone had come. Yeah. So one important thing that has happened today is that the 40-week exponential average has been broken. Okay, now this is not a good sign because this opens the door for a downside up to the lower band, And if you'll remember me saying that if 20 breaks, 40 comes off another time frame. I mean, 40 breaks comes for the same time frame, and if 40 breaks, then the higher time frame ka 20-month comes into play. So now the 20-month average will come into play, which is at 24,632, which also is, somewhere around this lower weekly band, right? So the doors are open for that kind of level on the downside. Now it would be very bad, frankly, if the 20-month breaks on the downside. Okay. See, when the 20-month breaks on the downside, you can again hope that the next month it should come higher. But until the prices don't reverse, you can't be very sure of that. Okay. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. And that's where, I mean, if the 20-month breaks on the downside, this is like your final, this is like the final cutoff to think that I mean, to think of a bullish outcome, because if this breaks on the downside, then the genuine risk opens up towards the correction up to the lower band, and so. And whether it happens or not, that needs to be seen, but you actually need to be mentally prepared for that. Okay. So as I told you, at this point of time, I still think that, somewhere around this zone, will be saved in the near term. Sorry, not this zone, but this zone somewhere, it will be saved in the near term. But let's see how things unfold. Okay. So that's where, in the near term, as I told you, now until the 40-hour does not break on the upside, and there is a sell crossover that happens, this I mentioned yesterday as well, then you need to respect that sell crossover and be open to the idea that there can be a new low where the RMI does a cycle, and then once you once again get a bullish crossover, then you need to see if there is a reversal that can play out or no. But at this point of time, since the 40-hour is broken on the downside, it is not, I mean, it is sustaining below the 40-hour, it is not a good sign. And anyways, on the daily also, it is trading below the averages, and now even the weekly averages have been broken. So next week will be very very crucial, because if it does not make a comeback, then there will be some worrying signs for sure then. Okay, this is something that now you need to keep in mind. In fact, what has also happened is that the bank nifty, which was the one which was pretty strong, but over there also, we have seen the daily averages broken on the downside. So, it did try to make a comeback yesterday, but now it is decisively broken. Okay. So this, in classical technicals, we may say, something like a double top, which is now broken on the downside. So if there is no recovery, things can get ugly over here as well, because this was the one which was resilient. And you see what is happening. There is a bounce, and 40-hour is not breaking on the upside, and then it is getting sold off, right? So the patterns where you see this happening, and this, by the way, has happened for many many stocks today. I mean, I saw many banking stocks. So I think it was RBL Bank. You see this decline, pullback, 40 couldn't break, and then it is going down. And there are many many cases of such happening. I think PNB was another one, right? Down move, consolidation, 40 did not break and sold off. So places where you see this, you have to be extremely careful over there. Okay, we have to be extremely careful over there. Uh, so that is it. And now, this is where now you have to be well prepared by understanding which are the strong and the weak stocks. Okay, just go. So the correction had happened from when? So let me take from this point only, because over here, this was more or less a topping kind of pattern that was there. So if I take it from 20th October, So from 20th of October, Nifty is down by 3%. So all the ones which are trading above, these are actually the outperformers at this point of time. So Metal, PSU Bank, and all those guys. But the ones which are weak, those are Reality, FMCG, Energy, okay, TSE, and all these guys, small cap, mid caps, and so on. So here you need to be very very careful in these sectors. Specifically the ones which have underperformed the Nifty index, because they are the ones which are vulnerable and can correct. Okay, then of course you can try and go bottom up. I mean, you can go top down and see that if infra has underperformed, which are the ones which have underperformed within infra. So you can see Godrej Property, CG Power, and so on, right? Similarly, now if you're an FNO guy, you might want to do the same thing, which means that, so see, you can have different scans, okay? So say from here to this decline, or maybe I can take it till today as well. So from 5th of Jan till today, who are the ones which are underperforming? Sorry. Okay. So now see, uh, all the ones which are green or they are mildly positive, these are actually your strong stocks, because while the Nifty has fallen in this period, these stocks have not fallen. Okay. And if you see, the names that will feature is basically metals, as you see over here. Then you have IT, because they had outperformed, and then you will have some banks, PSU banks, because SBI, Union Bank, so these were all in that category, right? So these are the ones that have outperformed. So you may not want to short these guys, okay? But say the guys which have fallen more than 5%, that is almost a list of 125 122 stocks. These are the ones where you may want to find where the sell opportunity lies, okay? So so that is how, say for example, I make it, I create it and make it a week stock list. Okay. And if I select this filter, so these are all the ones which are weak stocks. Okay. Now see, you need to wait for this. Once it's done, it comes into your watch list. So these are the ones now you may want to run your scans on, or if you want, you can also select the layout, right? I mean, that I use this setup. Okay, I'm using this setup. So I can do this also manually. I can go and I can check where is it that we are seeing the underperformers. But else what I may also want to do is that, let me just refresh the screen once. Okay, and go to scanners, go to RMI, uh, remove the FNO basket. Okay, so which are the ones where new sell is coming? It is Bajaj Finance. Okay, not a great list. Okay, but over here I may just want to see where is it that weekly also it is coming into sell, right? So say something like Ambuja. Okay, not a good one, because ideally you would want something from the cycle. I mean, you would want that it comes to the cycle and then gets sold off. See, something like this, a decline, then a big consolidation that is happening. Okay, you can see consolidation happening over here, and this selling off could be an early indication that after this decline, this consolidation is getting complete, and it is kind of then trying to sell off. Similarly, Bosch, again, not a good sign that 40 week is broken. Crompton, though, anyways, this was there in our list also earlier, and it is just falling off the cliff. Havels was a good one. Now see, this is the one, you can see IEX, right? In this pullback, it has almost come back to the zero line, and these are selling off. Now, as you can see, these are more of the medium term ones. Okay, you can see over here that it is continuously trading below the averages and getting sold off. Right, JSW Energy. Again, there is a result today, but this is confirming a sell this week, so not a good sign. Kalyan Jewelers, you can see this. So these are basically your weak list, weak stocks. In fact, even this K FinTech, right? A nice consolidation, which is now, it is threatening to break on the downside. So these are the ones where the medium terms are anyways looking bearish. And now see this PGEL. Okay, this is actually a very nice pattern where it has fallen, pull back, now again threatening to break on the downside. If this you want to time it, then you can keep them in your watch list. And then, whenever on the hourly or daily there is new sell that is occurring, you might want to take a note of these stocks, right? You can see PNB Housing, SRF, Voltas, Wipro. So yeah, I mean, you have to pick and choose, but that is how you would want to find your trades. And if you're a very short term trader, I'm very sure there would be many new sell signals. Okay, so you can see something like Patanjali, right? It is giving a new sell. It is already weak, right? But there is a risk that if the 40R does not break on the upside, then there can be a decline that can follow. So if you're a short term, you would want to do this. And that is how, I would think of choosing stocks, where the weakness is. And mind you, while the market might look like it is at an all-time high, internally a lot of stocks are getting weakened. So now what is happening is that there are one set of strong stocks, there are one set of weak stocks. Okay, so irrespective to the market, there are many things that are also falling off the cliff. Now see, I think I had identified this sector and I had told you as well. It was basically capital goods. If you see the chart of capital goods, it is just falling off the cliff. There was this consolidation that was happening, and that is breaking down. If you see any stock in this, okay, BHEL going down, right? You see the weekly, monthly chart, not good. See the monthly chart, not good. Okay, I was seeing the other guy. The strong one is also now getting weaker. Now you see this Cummins India. Okay, Cummins, whatever you want to say. But you see this, what is happening. I mean, they are just not recovering when the market is recovering. ABB, I think I had highlighted earlier as well. It is just falling. Siemens, again, not a good chart. So there are a lot of capital good stocks, where, and of course, in the budget also, the expectation is that maybe the allocation for the capital goods might not increase. They might keep it as it is, but not increase. And that can be a sign of weakness for them, because, market relies more on rate of change. And in this case, the rate of change would be going down, because I think those 2 3 budget back, when the allocation has risen higher by 30%, then it became to 10%, and so on. So the rate of change is already falling, and that is leading to negative impact in these uh, capital good stocks. But that's how, there are many sectors that seems to be breaking down. I think auto was the another one which I told you, where it has started to sustain below the 40 day, not a good sign. Reality is anyways bad, and you can see, I mean, in this last 2 to 3 days we have spoken multiple times about reality. It is just falling off the cliff. Same with pharma and so on. So this is how you need to try and see where is it that the breakdowns are happening. Okay, in the so yeah, I think broadly this is it from my side. If you'll have any questions, you please let me know. And also let me just quickly share with you the updates on the sentiment as well. And see, this is what happens when we are in a bear market, right? These oversold readings, there will be some pullback, and then again it will keep going down. And if at all there is a pullback that we see and the prices are trading below 40-day. Okay, so let me just, so imagine that you have this case where swing goes even higher to 40, and then you see only this sort of pullback. Then there is a very likely chance that it is likely to get sold off. I mean, the Nifty index will get sold off, because the beauty is that you just have to watch the trend. If the prices are below the averages and the swing comes to the overbought, shorted, there is a very high chance that you will end up making money. Okay, now so far the trend has turned down, so don't try to play those divergence. Okay, try, I mean, try to think of a reversal only if you end up seeing a reversal on the daily chart. Okay, don't take hourly chart very seriously, because you might end up getting some counter trend pullback. But at this point of time you need daily charts also to confirm, uh, because it will, because at least that will, there will be some signs of I mean, at least there can be some signs of durable pullback. So this is what we are seeing right now. And because now we are into an uncharted territory for the FI's positioning, I mean, be careful, because this can go to any level then. Because just like when the bullish outcome had happened, this went for quite some time. You see this, it went for quite some time. I mean, it got overbought over here only, right? So eventually things will turn around, and this will follow. But I was asking this question earlier also, and I had no answer for this, which is that, is this range changing? Which means earlier the range was this. Now, are we getting into a range where we are changing this range, where this kind of becomes an overbought? And for that, we might only know it in hindsight. But that's why these all indicators work as an indicator, which means they will give you an alert. So say for example, even if I have to be bearish, maybe I mean, always in the back of my mind, frankly, to me, the fear would be that can this turn around and can this lead to a rally? For that, that's why I'll be very strict on the reversal levels, which means that if the 20-day, if there is a reversal that I can see, I will be very cognizant of that, and expect that can the reversal happen? Okay, so that is where right now what we are seeing is that bears are in grip. Okay, while the indicators are pointing out that we are bearish at this point of time, I mean, there is extreme bearishness at this point of time. But wait until the price action sees reversal, because it is always said that bhav bhagwan hai. That is because for a reason that you have to respect the screen. Let price confirm reversal. Once it confirms reversal, I can assure you that this reversal can be meaningful. Okay, and it will be not just 500, 600 point kind of move, but it can be big. So wait for that. Be patient for that. And if you are not the guy, who will short or something like that, then wait patiently in this period. Try to find out the stocks which you are finding attractive. Okay, and then look out for those stocks, and keep a close eye on that as to what they are doing in terms of price action. And whenever you see the reversal over there, you might want to get into that. Okay, so I think that is the mindset that if you will keep, it will help you. But so just to summarize, things are bearish, sentiments are at an extreme, uh, but at this point of time price is not giving any signs of reversal. You might want to trade small. Okay, and not be very aggressive. uh, so that is how it should be. And then wait for that confirmation point, because for you to be very sure of long term or medium term bottoms and so on, you see that there are still So Nifty has still not come to the oversold zone, right? So that means that Nifty is not really oversold at this point of time, while small and mid caps can be, because small cap is now again at 10. Total market would be somewhere around there. Okay, so in the short term, yes, they seem to be coming to that oversold zone. But if you see, the 200-day, okay, 200-day still has some room left. So in this some room, can it fall down till here, or can it correct more? That is the risk that is definitely there, and you cannot rule it out. Okay. So while I'm saying that for the Nifty index 40 week is broken, small cap, the 40 week was broken long back. In fact, the funny part is that over here, the on the monthly chart, the 40 month is now will now end up getting tested, right? If I see the bands, okay. So you see over here that on the monthly chart, the 40 month is now, will end up testing. This is true for microcap, which is also broken 20-month decisively long back, and now there is a risk of it falling to 40-month or lower band and so on. Mid cap at the 20-month needs. We need to see how the closing happens in the mid cap index. So I mean, maybe by the month end, we might get to see many of them confirming if the 20-month is broken or not. But of course, those will be still some hope, because you would need a positive monthly close actually to confirm, and for that you will have to wait till the month of Feb for that. But until then, the thing is that it is very prudent to go to the daily and daily and weekly time frame, and over there those two time frames have turned bearish. So all I can say is that daily has turned bearish. Daily was bearish, weekly has turned bearish. Now monthly there is still a positive case for a medium to long term. Okay, but in that medium to long term, there is, you cannot rule out this correction till the lower band or the 40. So that is the risk that prevails at this point of time. And that's where you kind of need to be patient and see how things unfold. So that's it from my side. If you'll have any questions now, you can please shoot it. I can try and take it one by one. Any questions, please let me know. Any questions, please let me know. If not, then maybe I'll have to wind up the session. So, trader, this is what I mentioned, right? You can just go and look at it through heat map, and you will able to. You will be able to understand. For example, for 1 week, you want to see. This week who have fallen badly. You just do the percentage change over here. Realty is the one which is very bad. Consumer durables, small cap. So this is the way you can easily scan it. Invest with Divesh. Good question. Your name is Invest with Divesh, and you are asking for ultra short term view. I don't know what does ultra short term view mean, but the ultra short term to me would be maybe few days, and for that, this average should not break on the upside. Till the time the Nifty index is below this average, what will happen is that you will keep seeing some pullback from time to time, but those pullback will keep getting sold off. Okay, and you will keep seeing selling pressure till the time the averages are not broken. So the ultra short term view is down only. Akash, in advisory service, you advise Nifty derivatives for short term. So we are not giving ideas on Nifty, but we are giving ideas on stocks. So for that, you can go to the India Charts website. You will be able to find the services over there. Okay, defense sector, NSE doesn't provide it for free. So we don't have it on strike, trader. Sorry for that. Basically, they want us to subscribe for the live data. Only then we end up getting those data. So Akash, just for your information, I'll try to put the link over here. This is India Charts. You can go to this website and uh, and you can ask for help as well. Someone will call from our team and they'll inform you about what we do and how to go about it. Any other questions you'll have? Okay, I think I don't see any more questions. So let's wind up for today. So the fact is that right now the weekly close. Akash says that my weekly chart question also taken about of. Uh, okay, a question was in weekly chart 40 at what level above which. So yes, see, Akash, I think I had mentioned this yesterday. I'll repeat it once again. See, for me to think of bearishness getting invalidated, I would need to see two, three things. One is that prices breaking above the daily averages, okay, and the 61.8% retracement level of the fall. So wherever the fall completes, okay, whether it is at this low or it will be at whatever low, once those two levels get broken on the upside and the Nifty index starts sustaining above that, that's where you can call it that maybe the worst is over, and now Nifty index is kind of ready to rise higher. But until then, the risk would be that even if this bottom has been made, the risk would be that you just end up seeing a pullback, and after this pullback, it again sells off. So that is the risk that we are facing at this point of time. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so I think with that we'll have to wrap it. It's 5:34, so happy weekend, and do go through those scanners. You might end up finding some interesting stocks. I think I saw that PGEL and all those guys, I mean, those are looking very weak on the weekly chart. I would need to dig deeper into those stocks as to what they're doing, and maybe we can discuss it on Monday as to how to approach these stocks. And see, mainly what is happening is that the ones where the weekly sales are happening, these might remain in sell for quite some time. So all you have to try and do is that wait for a bounce on the daily or the hourly chart for you to get a good entry point. uh, I think that is how we think about it. So if something has gone down, so wait for a pullback on daily or hourly chart. You will end up getting those signals. Those signals will be the ones where which you might find it worth trading on. So yeah, I think that's it from my side. Happy weekend, and let's catch up on Monday at 5 p.m.